today. Can you believe it? Yep, that's right. It is a Star Wars Black Series unboxing. This huge box came in this morning on the day of my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to me.
I pre-ordered these around a month ago, I think. I didn't actually pre-order them not too long ago. This is basically half of the Bad Batch wave that came out, that recently came out to Disney Plus. I really enjoyed the first episode and I'm looking forward to seeing where the show is going to go. Obviously pre-ordered these without knowing too much about the Bad Batch because I'm not actually that far into Clone Wars yet, but I really did dig the style and the looks of these characters. I pre-ordered the whole wave, but from different websites as I missed out on a couple of characters. It's really nice and refreshing to see a figure come in on the estimated pre-order date. This said it was going to come from about May 5th, and here we are, May 7th, and the box is in. I've got no idea when this is uploaded. This could be uploaded in 2-3 months' time. I've got no idea. My editing schedule is all over the place, but yeah, it's always nice to see a figure actually come in when they say it will come in. I'm waiting on figures for 2, 3, 4 months after their predicted date, so shout out to Star Action Figures for getting this in so quick. So we've got 3 figures today, so let's get into the box and take a look at them. Alright, so Star Action Figures do usually tend to do the absolute best job when it comes to packaging the figures. Right, this is new from Star Action Figures. We've actually got a printout sort of piece of paper, planned upcoming changes to the site. Yeah, we've seen those with the pre-orders. That was kind of crazy. And yeah, it's just showing you what's to come soon for Star Action Figures. Something new. Like I said, I'm always a big fan of how Star Action Figures pack the figures. They have this really cool, thick bubble wrap. Yeah. I can actually see the figures. Wow, that was absolutely chaotic. I didn't think it'd be that crazy. But that just goes to show how well they actually wrap their figures. Really, really well. So here we have our 3 figures. So look at them from the side. I think those 2 actually do stand next to each other. I'm not sure if this one goes here. Yeah, it does. Wow, look at that. I think that's the closest I've ever been to owning a whole set. So there is the figures from the side. I'm going to go through them one by one. We'll start off with the Elite Squad Trooper. So I originally wasn't going to get this guy just because he looks a bit plain. It's kind of like a clone trooper and black gear, but I ended up caving in and buying him just because I thought, hell, why not? I'm getting the other 2. Might as well get the Elite Squad Trooper. So we had a quick look at his side panel a second ago, but there it is again. Nice little picture of the guy, and as always, we've got our blurb and the same image. So yeah, not too much going on with this guy. I think he's a pretty straightforward figure, just like any clone trooper figure, painted black with the standard blaster. So let's get him opened up and take a look at him. Alright, so here we have our Elite Squad Trooper. Let's get the front shell off. Take a quick look at him in his shell. Not too much going on with the back here. Let's crack out his blaster. Pretty sure this is my 1 millionth Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper blaster. Pretty standard and straightforward. I don't think there's too much different here with this. Although I'm not kind of recognizing this front piece here. Maybe that's the difference maker. Anywho, we won't give too much of a detailed look on this because I think I've shown 101 of these on the channel so far. So yeah, here's the main attraction, the Elite Squad Trooper. So he's kind of like an off grey. It's not black all the way because these parts here are black. This is like a shiny gunmetal grey. His visor is green, which is, it's different. not in love with it, but I also don't hate it. We do have a kind of ugly mold line just here along the side. It's a bit obvious, but that'll be because of the strange colour he is. He's obviously fresh out of the box, quite stiff. But yeah, he does look cool. Again, I don't think there's really too much that can be said about this figure. Standard articulation, interesting colour, and other than that, he's pretty much just a clone trooper. I mean, even the mask is not that different or unique. But either way, he is definitely a cool looking figure. Armor's all pretty standard. I gotta say, I do like this nice, sleek colour he is. He does look really fresh and clean. So let's get his blaster in hand and we will take a look at the complete look for the figure. So yeah, bit of a boring one to kick things off with. An army builder, some might call him. But I just thought, you know, he's in the line. I've already gotten basically everything else in there. Might as well just pick this up just to be a completionist. And I'm sure he's going to fit along with our other clone style troopers. Alright, so let's move on to the next figure. Alright, so next up, spoiler alerts, this is the absolute bastard of the show. You can tell they're already painting him out to be the ultimate bad guy. Again, if you haven't seen the first show, sorry for just completely ruining that for you. It's Crosshair. So there is a look at the side of his packaging, like we saw earlier on. Nice little illustration. Ooh, get over my words. Bit of blur, bit of text about Crosshair. And that's your lot. As he says, a good soldier always follows his orders. The main bad guy, so it seems, for the Bad Batch series. Definitely an interesting character. I'm looking forward to seeing the character progression. Looking forward to seeing the character progression for Crosshair. This is a really, really nice looking figure. Just even without taking him out of his box, I can already tell that face scan is crazy. I mean, it's not actually in the style which I like. I thought it'd be in the style of the show. It's not. It's the more realistic looking Crosshair, because obviously the character in the show doesn't look this like defined and chiseled, because he is, you know, drawn and cartoonified, if that's even a word. But yeah, the face scan on this is incredible. Definitely keeping the helmets off on these two guys, as much as I actually really like Crosshair's helmet. It's kind of got like a raised eye here for his scope. I have to keep the helmet off of these because both the face scans are just absolutely incredible. So there's a lot going on here for accessories. We've got a backpack, a helmet, a gun, and another gun. Obviously his rifle, and then a blaster. So we'll take out his accessories one by one, and then take a look at the figure, and then take a look at the complete figure. I don't know why I'm telling you this, like you haven't seen a million of these Black Series figure reviews and unboxings already. So yeah, let's start by taking out his accessories. Alright, so starting with his backpack, it seems like there's a big space in here. I'm feeling like this is where this sniper could go, if you just wanted to have him holding his pistol in one hand and have his helmet under his arm. I feel like this slot here is for his sniper rifle, but it's a big bulky backpack. As for detailing, there's not too much going on. There is a bit of a red paint there, and that's about it. That's a lot. There's like a handle on top too for him to carry around. We've got a pistol blaster. This is quite a standard pistol blaster. I think we've seen a couple of these before with figures too. Over to the star of the accessories. Well, maybe the second place is his giant sniper rifle, which is kind of his specialty, being all crosshair and whatnot. So it does seem like a slim gun design. So let's look at that. Perfect. See, now that is some good figure design. Check that out. Slots in there perfectly. Alright, onto the helmet. So he's got the giant eye scope antenna, goes right over. This thing is huge, bigger than any of the others I've seen before. Really cool helmet here. Gotta say, I'm a big fan of the helmets from the Bad Batch. They all look really cool and stand out and different and unique. And this one is no different. It's time to take a look at the mean dude, Crosshair. Let's get him out. Gotta say, I really do like Crosshair's armor design as well. I really dig this just random stray bit of metal or plastic on the figure, probably metal in the shell. And yeah, looks really, really good. One thing I will say, not really got anything to do with the figure, more just the show itself. Wasn't expecting him to sound so snarly. I'm not too sure who does the voice, but I definitely recognize it. But he sounds got a very high-pitched voice.
Blast gave away our position.
Take a look at the head scan there. That is incredible. I mean, again, it is a cartoon, and they have humanized the face scan a lot more. It does look really sinister, and he's got that really cool skin defect. The scarring, maybe it's a scar, maybe it's a tattoo. They didn't really go into it too much. It's like a scope over his eye. Some really cool symbols and paintwork here on the armor. Extremely detailed. Not too much going on the back. We've got the peg for his backpack and a holster for his pistol. Yeah, really, really impressed with this. I really didn't know how these would come out, and I gotta say, I am a massive fan. So let's get his accessories in hand and take a finished look at him. Alright, so here's a look at Crosshair with his helmet on. This helmet was a bit difficult to put on because there's a lot of padding going around the sides, but it did slot on towards the end quite easy after a bit of back and forth. But it is a really cool helmet, and again, it's just such a shame that the face scan is so perfect. And I know that's a weird thing to say because I'd love to have this helmet on, but the face scan is so awesome. I'm gonna have to find a way to display it, maybe just tucked under his arm, something like that. So cool. So I've put the sniper rifle in his bag, but I will take it out just to show you him holding it. Hopefully he holds it all right. I couldn't really find a very comfortable way for Crosshair to hold his sniper rifle. He does have a trigger finger, but obviously there's this giant stock. It's impossible to really get him to hold it super comfortably. To be honest, I won't be displaying him with the sniper rifle in hand. I will have it in the backpack on his back, a pistol in one hand, and his helmet under his arm. Let's take a look at that look. So here's a look at the backpack on the back of Crosshair. You can see the tip of the barrel sticking out from his back. Obviously it's absolutely massive, so of course you can. So here is a look at how I will be displaying Crosshair personally. I'm not too sure about how stable the helmet is under his arm. I feel like eventually it's going to just fall out of place, but because of his shoulder pads, I couldn't really bend this arm outwards to hold his helmet under it. Yeah, really, really great figure. I'm absolutely loving how these Bad Batch figures are coming out so far. And I like that we got his Bad Batch armor. Again, spoilers for the first episode of Bad Batch. Obviously, this is his look before he has his heel turn. If we were speaking in wrestling terms, before he becomes a bad guy and gets his bad guy armor. I'm a big fan of this look. Looks awesome. Very, very happy with how this came out. All right, moving on to our final figure. All right, so we've had our main villain. Let's have our main protagonist. From the way things look so far in this show, we've got Hunter. Really unique character design, especially when it comes to the face. Here's a look at the side profile with the cool illustration. Same on the back with the bit of text, bit of a blurb, and the plain side. Bit of a scratch going on there, but well, won't harm me any. And yeah, so let's crack Hunter out of his box and take a look at the figure. Alright, so let's release Hunter from his shell tomb. And same sort of quality going on here with the Hunter figure that we got with the Crosshair figure. really detailed and a lot of cool accessories going on here. So let's start with the backpack. This one obviously won't be holding any of his accessories like Crosshairs. Got a bit of red paint and a couple button detailing and some scratches. Probably could have done with a black wash to make them stand out a bit, but just nitpicking there. I don't really remember seeing him brandish such a large, like, looks like a semi-automatic. No, don't really remember him holding this in the show, but I imagine they gave it him for a reason. Again, it's a unique gun. I don't think we own one like this so far in the collection, so always nice to see. It's a plain black paint. So yeah, we got the same pistol that came with the Crosshair figure. It's just like the standard blaster pistol for Star Wars Black Series figures. But here is his main specialty weapon, kind of like Crosshair has his sniper rifle, Hunter has his knife blade thingy, hence his name Hunter. There is some yellow detailing on here. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up. There we go. So yeah, we've got some like yellow tech detail on there on both sides. And yeah, I think this is the first knife blade we've seen coming from a Black Series figure. So that's cool. Alright, on to the helmet. This thing is super cool looking. Again, all the Black Series figure helmets always look really cool. And it looks like that's going to be the case with the Bad Batch helmets. The Bad Batch helmets are really unique and cool looking. This mirrors his facial defects, kind of like Crosshair has the eye scar. Hunter has a bit of a face. At first I thought it was paint, but I think it's actually like a birthmark sort of thing. So it mirrors what he has on his actual face on the helmet, which is really cool. Let's get a closer look at the paint and the sculpt. Really well done. Bit of battle damage, bit of wear and tear, which you would expect to see from an elite task force like, what are they called now? Damn it. Clone Force 99, that was it. I just know them as Bad Batch, but yeah, Clone Force 99. That's what you'd expect to see from Clone Force 99. There we go. So yeah, cool helmet. So let's crack Hunter from his plastic shell and take a closer look. Again, all about that face scan. Really well done. There is a bit of paint bleed in there with the hair and the skin where it meets, and just a bit there on the sideburn, but head on looks really good. We've got the skull on the headband and the hair just coming onto the headband, which looks really nice. And obviously there is the facial defect for Hunter. Okay, a birthmark, kind of looks like a war paint, camo paint. Again, same detailing on the shoulder as Crosshair. However, he does have this here, which is, I believe, where his knife goes when it's not in hand. And kind of the same torso and bottom half for Hunter as our friend Crosshair. So let's get his backpack in place. If I can find the peg hole. Here, there we go. Again, these backpacks are super bulky. I mean, they must get really sore backs. The Bad Batch holding all of their stuff. Maybe they'll one day be called the Bad Backs.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
Thank you very much. Terrible Jokes brought to you by Kidzilla. But yeah, again, it's a cartoon show, so it's nice that they've humanized them a bit and give them more natural looking human facial features. And it works really well with the figures from Bad Batch so far. So let's get his accessories in hand and we'll take a complete look. So unfortunately, it doesn't come with a pistol holster. I want him to be holding the bigger of the guns because of course I do. So the tiny little pistol is actually going to have to stay inside of the box, which is a shame. They could have probably put something on the back maybe to hold a weapon, but oh well. Alright, so here is a complete look at our Hunter figure. Again, we'll definitely be displaying him with the blade in his hand, and the bigger of the guns and the mask fit on quite alright. Bit of a struggle, but not too bad. I'm always scared of taking the mask on. I feel like I'm going to pop the head right off, but yeah, this one fit on quite well. I feel like a complete dummy because I was just saying how I wanted to display them with the helmets off, and I feel like I'm probably going to have one of these accessories at his hand, so let me try and model that now for you. You know what, that actually works quite well. Pretty impressed with that. You still got the knife in the hand, helmet at his side, and the big gun. So yeah, that is definitely how he'll be displayed. Looks really, really dope. Again, 3 for 3 on solid figures, especially when it comes to just the face scan. Looks really, really good. Alright, so there is a look at the 3 figures from today's unboxing. Really impressed with how these figures come out, obviously, especially Crosshair and Hunter. The Elite Squad Trooper is a bit plain, but the 2 stars of the show definitely make up for that. I feel like this is an absolute just killer wave, and Hasbro and Star Wars have just been putting out absolute bangers recently, and you know, things are on the up and up from the looks of it. Definitely a sign of good things to come, hopefully. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like below and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.